that we have the best platform in d'imaginBank to test new features, new services that later we can adapt to the main bank, to the CaixaBank.
Welcome to the Bankers Masterclass series in association with CaixaBank on best practice in digitalization. We're filming on location in Barcelona at CaixaBank's headquarters. I'm Joy McKnight, Deputy and Technology Editor at The Banker, and I'm joined by Xavier Mas, Chief Marketing Officer, to talk about the lessons drawn from d'imaginBank, CaixaBank's mobile-only bank for digital natives. Xavier, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about what lessons you've learned in the 2 years since d'imaginBank was launched?
From my perspective, we have learned three main lessons. First, we spent a lot of money and time and resources in order to understand the consumer's insights. So what I have learned is that if you fit the consumer needs, you will really success. And that's what we have done with d'imaginBank, that has today almost 1 million customers. Secondly, what we think is it is very important to explain very well across the organization the objective that as such a disruptive proposal. As you know, we are a traditional bank, and all of the employees in branches, in headquarters, must understand very well the objectives of this new bank division, you know. And finally, we have learned that we have the best platform in d'imaginBank to test new features, new services that later we can adapt to the main bank, to the CaixaBank.
Okay, and so what trends are you really seeing within millennials' behavior that is impacting on banks?
Well, what we have seen is that today consumers from d'imaginBank, they use our platform, the new app, much more than what they used to use it, the CaixaBank standard. So if you fit a basic services very user-friendly, you will succeed. That first. Second, this millennial target or younger, they adapt very well the new payment methods. So this adoption rate is much higher than the rest of the consumers.
Okay, and then how are you using sort of the information that you're gathering to really shape the new products and what products you're putting into the market?
We are trying to develop the products as easy as possible, because we know that they want really user-friendly services. For example, when we launched d'imaginBank 2 years ago, the onboarding process couldn't be 100% digital due to the regulations. Today, it is. And we have seen a higher adoption rate due to this new process, only digital.
Okay, and then you also, in December, you launched Imagine Cafe. Can you tell me a little bit about sort of the concept behind that and the reasons behind it?
Yes, as you know, we launched d'imaginBank 2 years ago as an app, but we know this is not enough. We want to create engagement with the consumers. When we study the millennial behavior, we know that traditional publicity doesn't work enough. We know they prefer, or they believe much more the recommendations of their friends or influencers than the traditional publicity. So we start thinking how we can do something alternative. And then we create the idea of Imagine Cafe, that this is a platform, a physical platform, based on the center of Barcelona in an old branch, big branch, 1,200 square meters, where a lot of activities that our customers, millennials, they like it. For example, music, entrepreneurship, talks. There is a coffee there. There's expositions, many things, even a gaming place. This is a really interesting place, but the idea and the concept is beyond the physical space. Everything that happens there it's in the streaming on the social networks. That's the idea. We want to create engagement with the consumer beyond the bank proposal in order to they talk about d'imaginBank much more than as a bank.
So it's been such an interesting journey, and I've been tracking it for some time, but what is next for d'imaginBank?
Yes, well, we want to continue with this path. The best and user-friendly platform with basic services for this target, and also create this concept beyond a bank in order to have the better engagement with the consumer and to continue being leading in this market.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Xavier.
Thank you.